If you don't know already and you haven't been keeping up with the housing market and you want to buy a home, well, now is the perfect time for you to prepare and get ready so you can buy a home in 2023. There are more homes for sale in the market and increasing every month. The homes that are on the market now are staying on the market longer, and many sellers are having to lower their prices in order for their homes to sell. Many sellers right now are getting nervous and frustrated. Yes, the interest rates are high, but if you're planning for the long term, you'll be fine. Interest rates fluctuates, so you can always refinance when the rates drop. Do you know that you don't need a large down payment to buy a home? And depending on your situation, you may not need any money for a down payment at all. In some cases, some of your closing costs can be covered. Do you want to know what you need to do to get ready to buy a home in 2023? So grab a glass of your favorite beverage, sit back and relax, and watch what you need to do to get ready to buy a home in 2023. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, make sure you stick around until the end where we'll go over how you can increase your credit score fast. And before we start, as usual, if you appreciate videos like this, which takes a long time to research and put together, it would mean so much to me if you go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe and make sure you click on that bell, because that bell is what gives you a notification each time that I upload a new video. I know it sounds silly, but you'll be supporting this channel so we can make more videos like this, as well as videos like housing market updates, vlogs of neighborhoods, as well as tips and advice for home buyers and home sellers. And with all that said, thank you so much in advance, and let's begin. Step number 1, know where you stand. Go ahead and talk with a lender to see if you qualify or not. If you don't qualify now, they'll tell you a plan of attack so you'll know what you need to do to qualify and get pre-approved later. The lender will go over your finances, your credit, your overall situation, and again, they'll tell you and give you a plan of attack so you know what you need to do to get pre-approved later. Knowing where you stand will give you a good idea of what you need to do next. I know it's scary for a lot of people to find out where they stand financially, but this is a very crucial step. Make sure though that you speak with a lender who will give you a plan of attack. Step number 2, dig deep and face the facts. This is hard, again, and scary for a lot of people, but look at your finances. Write down everything you spend for the entire month. Then look for things that you can eliminate or cut back so you can save money. Start budgeting and saving. This step is about journaling what you spend so you can visually see where your money is going each month. It will help you see where you're wasting your money so you can budget better. Do you really need to buy that $5 cup of Starbucks coffee? Consider moving to a smaller apartment or home with a lower rent payment. If you have an extra room, you may want to rent it out. How about a side hustle for extra income? Do you have some spare time to drive for Lyft or Uber? Can you approach your boss and ask for a raise? Creating the habit of cutting back on debt and saving money will help you tremendously when you're a homeowner. Remember that you still need money for closing costs, which is about 2% of your purchase price. You need money for inspection as well, for appraisal, which is around $1,100. Number 3, look at your credit report. We'll go deeper into this in the bonus section, but go ahead and get a copy of your credit report from the lender that you just spoke with. The lender goes off of the middle of the 3 scores. If you have a 750 middle credit score, then you don't have as much work to do. But if you have less than 750 middle score, then get going. Here's what determines your overall credit score. But what makes up your credit score is 35 payment history, 30% the amount that you owe, 15% the length of your credit history, 10% new credit, and then 10% towards your credit mix. Again, we'll go over this in detail in the bonus section, but for now, just take a look at this so you'll know what how your credit score is calculated. By the way, do not be afraid to have your credit score pulled at this time. It's okay. Just don't have it pulled too often unless you need to open a credit card to improve your credit. Your credit will be fine by the time you're ready to buy later. Step number 4, start saving all of the paperwork that your lender will need for their pre-approval. Think of the number 2. Okay, so 2 months bank statements, 2 months W-2s, 2 months of your most recent pay stubs. These are the basic ones, but here is an article from NerdWallet, and they have a list of documents, or list of the documents that you'll need, and it's a pretty good list. Pretty much goes over a couple of the things that I already said. So income and employment documents such as the tax returns or W-2s, asset and bank statements, but include retirement and brokerage accounts as well. So the more asset you can show, the better. Your monthly debt payments, or any of the real estate debt statements that you have if you already have a home, but if not, just your monthly debt payments, your credit cards and all that stuff. Your record of your rent payments if you're making rent. Sometimes this is a good thing to show you're able to make normal, regular payments towards a rent. It's really good. If you've been divorced, bring your divorce paperwork. If you've had bankruptcy or foreclosure, bring that as well. They'll determine, depending on how long ago all this happened, they'll determine if you qualify for a loan or not. And again, if not, they'll tell you what you need to do or how soon you'll be able to qualify after your bankruptcy or foreclosure. Step number 5, go ahead and start researching the area where you want to be in. Talk with a good, experienced real estate professional who knows the area and start talking to them about what you're looking for. Ask them about the areas you're interested in. And before we go into the bonus section, if you've gotten value from this video, I'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Again, make sure you click on that bell, because that bell is what gives you a notification each time that we upload a new video. Again, thank you so much in advance. I really appreciate it. If you need help with your credit, or if you have decent credit but would like to get higher, then follow these steps. The higher your credit scores, the better your interest rate will be. So if you don't have at least a 780 credit score, then you have some work to do. Remember, the higher your credit score, the better rate you will get. So let's go over this chart. So your total overall FICO scores is calculated into these 5 different categories. 35% is from your payment history. So, and this is self-explanatory. Just go ahead and make your payments on time. So what I recommend is that you go ahead and automate all of your monthly payments. That way you'll never miss a payment. 30% is on the amounts that you owe. So what this means is this is your credit utilization percentage. What this means is that you want to only use 30% of your overall credit limit. So it means only use $300 if you have a credit limit of $1,000. That's 30%. But what if you owe more than $300, say $500 or $600? Well, you can have another card. Let me show you. Let's say, for instance, you have one card with a limit of $1,000, you owe $500, which is a utilization rate of 50%. Well, what you can do is you add another card with another $1,000 limit. You owe $0, and what happens is together you'll have a $2,000 credit limit. Still only owe $500, and now your utilization rate is now 25%, and 15% is from your credit history. So the longer you have a credit card, the better. Length of credit is very important. New credit. Sometimes you might need to apply for a new credit card just so you can keep your credit card utilization rate below 30%. So just keep in mind that once in a while, once you get to a certain point, you may need to open new credit. Credit mix. Now, most of the lenders will feel more comfortable if you show history that you have different types of credit, an auto loan, furniture, and your credit cards, and they're all being paid on time. And if you have that credit mix, you show a good history of paying those on time, lenders are more likely to give you a loan because of your payment history. Now, you might ask, what if I don't have any credit? Well, you can do 2 things. The fastest way for you to build credit is if you have someone who's got good credit that will allow you to add you to their credit card as an authorized user. That's the fastest way for you to build credit. And the second way, what you can do is, if you can't find someone, go ahead and go online and apply for a secured credit card. A secured credit card just means that you have to put a down payment, and that amount, normally around $300, will be your credit line. What I would recommend at that point is that when you get one, is to go ahead and use about $100 of it and pay that off every single month until about 6-8 months later. Then you can try to apply for a unsecured card, and that would be a good way for you to get started. So with more homes staying on the market and staying on the market longer, less buyer competition, more sellers getting antsy and frustrated, this is a perfect time for you to buy a home. But if you're not ready to buy a home, then get ready. Follow these steps so you can buy a home in 2023. If you have any questions about anything in this video, please reach out to us or comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking to move to Sacramento or any of the surrounding areas like Folsom, Elk Grove, Roseville maybe, just reach out to us, give us a call, send us a text or an email. We can even Zoom, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have and help you make your move go a lot smoother. If you want to know more about the current state of the housing market here nationally or here locally, then watch this next. See you around town.